You're looking for a debt relief company and wondering what's the best one to work with because there's so many. And you look it up on Google and you see this company's the best or this company's the best, but you might see a lot of bad reviews about that company or a lot of BBB complaints. So which one is the best? Today we're going to cover the best debt relief companies, also known as debt consolidation companies, and why you should choose the one that you choose. Let's get started. Welcome to the Ascend Finance YouTube channel, where we take complex topics such as debt relief companies and we break them down into simple, human, understandable language. My name is Ben, and I was the previous CEO of a debt settlement / debt consolidation program company. So I really know what is it to look for in a debt settlement program. One of the most important things that we see about debt relief companies is how much they cost and how good is their reputation. And so what we did at Ascend was we built a debt relief calculator or debt settlement calculator, a cost and duration calculator. I included a link in the description below. It's a free resource that helps you estimate based on your information the cost of debt settlement, alternatives to debt settlement, the pros and cons, and different reputable providers that we've vetted using the different criteria that we're going to talk about today when deciding how to find the best debt relief company. So let's get started on this. The 5 things we're going to talk about, what we believe great debt relief companies have, or debt consolidation companies, is great reviews. Second, the honesty about the pros and cons of debt consolidation. Third, the best debt relief companies ask about your financial goals and are willing to recommend a product or service, not debt relief. Fourth, a free estimate of costs and savings of debt settlement. And fifth, the best debt relief companies charge reasonable fees, and we'll touch on that later. Before we jump in, I want to let you know that your situation is unique, and I'm going to try to answer all your questions, but if I don't, please add a comment below. Also, if you'd like to know other things about debt settlement and debt relief, such as what's going to happen to my credit score if I join a debt relief program, please subscribe using the button below and like the video if you'd like, because it's always encouraging to me. So let's dive right in. So many of the best debt relief companies have great reviews across multiple different sites. Now, there's some sites that don't provide what I would say the most unbiased reviews, and those would maybe the ones that are, if you type in best debt relief companies and it's a bunch of ads about debt relief companies, many of those companies are getting paid to review those sites. So while they may still have the best debt relief companies, they may be incentivized to get paid for whatever clicks you're going to click on those. So what we like to do is we like to look at Google or Yelp, because many of those sites are unbiased and you get a good sense of the reviews for that site. Secondly, when you're reviewing the reviews, you might want to try looking at the reviews with the least ratings reviews us send you. So you get to see the most negative aspects of the debt relief program. Now, debt relief can be really helpful, and debt consolidation programs can help people get out of debt, but it's really good to have your eyes wide open when you join one of these programs. Second, another big criteria of the best debt consolidation companies is that they're honest about the pros and cons. For example, a pro is that you could save money and that you can get on a fixed payment plan because you're basically being settled, but you're settling the accounts. But a con is that you could get sued. Your credit score could drop dramatically, and there might be tax implications of debt settlement. And our debt settlement calculator kind of addresses some of those things specifically for your information, but it's really important to kind of understand those, and a good debt relief company should give you both the pros and cons based on your creditor mix. Next, the best debt relief companies, I think, ask about your financial goals and are willing to maybe recommend another service to look into, such as bankruptcy or debt management. If they're saying debt settlement is the only option and that's the best option for you, you may think of that as a potential red flag, because there are a lot of options, and sometimes Chapter 7 bankruptcy could be a lot cheaper and less expensive, and maybe that might be the best option for you. Or another option such as debt management, because maybe you don't want your credit score to be impacted, and these are all different options, and the best debt relief companies, I think, will really talk about those and put those clearly for you to understand in a simple way. Fourth, I believe that the best debt relief companies will provide you a free estimate of the cost and savings that is holistic, meaning that they will also say, okay, well, maybe you're deemed tax solvent, so you might have to pay a little bit of money in 1099-C from the 1099-C every year because you're of the cancellation of debt. These are super important things for you to understand, and so it's the best debt consolidation companies will definitely provide that information. Finally, and maybe most importantly, what we look for in a debt relief company, and the ones that we work with from just taking our debt relief calculator below, is reasonable fees. And so sometimes you'll see debt settlement companies that could charge 27% of your enrolled debt. So if you're thinking let's say you have $100,000 in unsecured debt, they're charging $27,000 for that debt. Now that's a lot of money, and so it's really important that the debt relief companies charges you a reasonable fee to help you get out of debt. And debt relief is a complex process, but the whole point is to help you get out of debt cheaper, easier, and faster. investor, right, in a lot of these debt relief companies. So how do you do that and not gouge the people for the relief? Another thing to look out for is, let's say you're saying, well, what is the fee for this? If someone's saying the fee is included in the plan, that might be something to dig into deeper and ask, well, what is the actual fee? What's the fee percentage? Because you should, I think when you're comparing one debt relief company to another, one of the good things to do is compare the fee percentages, because that's actually what you're probably going to be paying differently from the different companies you're researching. So those are 5 different things that the best debt consolidation companies will have. I've included a link in the description below to a couple articles that I thought might be helpful, a video that covers red flags about debt relief companies, and also our debt relief calculator that can help you estimate the cost and duration specifically for your situation. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.